We are live. Hey everybody, have a good evening. Have a good evening. Everybody and bye everybody. I hope everybody's having a good evening. I'm over here in Michigan, out of Myers in Michigan. Uh, Oddly enough, Myers uh, it's spelled Meijer, but it's spelled Myers. But if you ask Siri for Myers near you, she's not. She's gonna give you something else. You have to say majors, major near you, and then she'll give you the right store. Anyway, been doing a lot of traveling. Just stopped over here because I had to come here near where this was. I didn't even know this was here, and I was going to go to some place. I ended up not going there, and then I saw this here, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just stay here for the night because I don't want to be looking for a campground or anything else. So free camp spot. It is free. There's oh, they just left. There was an RV over here. I thought they were going to stay for the night. This is not listed as a free campground, but I was hoping that RV would stay here for the night, and he just left. So I don't know. Nothing here says no overnight parking. So I'm assuming I can overnight park here. So we'll see what happens. I'm feeling tired. I don't feel like driving anymore. Been doing a lot of driving the past couple days, and what do you think, Josh? The kid's over here. He's playing on his. What do you think?
Huh?
What do you think?
Of what?
Exactly. He doesn't even know what I'm talking about. He's got those things in his ears, and that's all he cares about.
You do that all the time. You plug in your earbuds at night and watch videos.
Um, no, I don't.
You
I
watch videos.
I watch some stuff, but I don't put in my earbuds. I still haven't put them on. You were too sound asleep to know that I don't even have earbuds on. Who do we have here? Patrick, how you doing, Patrick? And Jim, how you doing, Jim? What power train are you rolling with, and how many miles on your beast? You didn't answer me last time. What power train? I have a Chevy, and I got about 80,000 miles. This trip added about 3,000 miles, give or take, to my van. So, and then in 2 years, I'm gonna have to redo it all over again. 2 more years, I have to go up there to do my license, and then I'm good for 5 years. So, get that work, Lewis. I'm trying. I was trying. I just can't do it. I don't know why. Um, Elvis Moya says, "How you doing? God is good," from Allentown, PA. Allentown. I'm not going to drive near Allentown this time. I'm going to go down to Ohio by Toledo, and then I'm going east on 80, back all the way across Ohio and back to Pennsylvania. Da, 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 da. Janet Bender, you and Lydia need to get married. Such a a cute couple. Thank you. You never know. Hush, hush, mush, mush. Um, Patricia Kanowski, is there a casino near you? There might be a casino. I know I can stay at a casino. I haven't stayed at one yet because I didn't have to, but I thought I could stay here, and it looks like I still can. There was another Myers that I would stay at when I was up here in Michigan a couple of years ago, and I never had a problem there. And sometimes I would stay there for weeks at a time. Never had an issue. But This one, I was really hoping that RV would stay there, but it didn't. So now I'm a little disappointed. Jerry Minchie, how you doing, Jerry? You still in North Carolina? West Carolina? No, not West Carolina. That's bad. West Virginia, some place around there. Columbia 227 Where's Bob? Gotta ask Bob. I'm not Bob's keeper. Brand new says hello. How are you? Patricia Kanowski. I'm in Michigan too. Well, Patricia, I've announced that I was driving through Michigan. So, where about in Michigan? Sent me a email because I might be near you. I might not be near you because I'm, yeah, I may not. I don't know. If you want to meet, let me know. Send me an email, and if I'm still near you, we can have breakfast tomorrow. Or most likely I'm already far away, but I don't know. I'm still in Michigan, so you never know. Um, oh, the motor. Patrick wants to know what motor. I have a 4.8. My van has a 4.8. So Kelly Giddens, welcome to Michigan. I've been here before, Kelly. I've been here like at least 3 or 4 times before. So not my first time in Michigan. I actually. Oh, how do you like my shirt? I know it's probably it's probably turn around, but I got this shirt in South Dakota. So how do you like that? Da. Janet Bender, come on, make this old lady happy. Reference to marrying Lydia. Well, Janet, you're just gonna have to stay tuned. Just stay tuned. You never know what could happen. Never know. Jerry says move further up the mountain near Boone, North Carolina, at 4,000 feet. That should be a lot cooler. I just drove through the Upper Peninsula, and up there was, I can tell you that up there was a lot cooler than over here. When me and Joshua woke up this morning, it was, what, 57? About 58, 57 degrees. And the kid was all cuddled up in his blankie. He was all cold and told me, oh, it was cold. I said, why didn't you tell me? I'd lower the fan. Well, I was just sleeping. I was cold. So it's a big difference. Over here, it seems to be a little bit warmer. A little bit, maybe more humidity, maybe. Eric Wolf says hi. How you doing, Eric? Kelly says I'm near the Fort Wayne assembly plant. Well, Kelly, I'm not sure which way I'm going to go down. I'm going to come out near Toledo. So if you are on the east side of Michigan, then maybe we can meet up tomorrow, if possible. But you have to be near the east side of Michigan and near Toledo, near the way towards Toledo, because that's where I'm going to come out more or less. Deborah Rosa says hello from hot Florida. That's why I'm not in Florida. It's hot over there in the summer. Janice, what does your shirt say? You can't read, Janice? Is it the other way around? It says, I'm going to try to read it upside down. No matter where I roam, South Dakota is my home. It has a little RV on it. I got this at my new mailbox place. No matter where I roam, South Dakota is my home. Sly says hi, hello from Maryland. Maryland. How you doing, Sly? Been there not long ago. GG says hi. Ed, I was trying to ignore him, but he asked a good question. I'm looking into buying a 6 by 12 cargo trailer. How much solar can I fit on that? I have no idea. Enough to run an AC. I don't know, Ed. What you do is you buy the cargo trailer, then you measure the roof area, which I'm assuming will be 6 by 12, and then you look at solar panels, and then you look at different size solar panels to fit as much as you can up there. And that's how you know how much solar you can fit up there, if that makes any sense. I don't know what you want to use that for, but you probably want to put up some vents too. So if you have a vent, you're not going to be able to fit a solar panel where the vent is. You have to go around it. So you have to figure all those things up, and you have to know what you're going to use it for. So yeah, so if you know what you're going to use it for, then you know how many watts you're going to need. Okay, Kelly is in southeast. Okay, that's where I'm going through, but you are working tomorrow, so bummer. Dawn likes the shirt. Yeah. I thought it was nice. You know, I figured, you know what? Let me buy a shirt. You know, what the heck? Brand new news says I normally say wherever my designated bed is my home because I've roamed so much. Well, unless you're traveling around with just your bed. What are you doing, kid?
Just get comfy.
Unless you're traveling around with just your bed, I don't know. I mean, I can't say where my bed is, there's my home. I say where my van is, there's my home. So, uh, unless you're traveling just with your bed, then I guess it's okay to say that. But if you're traveling in an RV, then wherever your RV is, then that's your home. Columbia 27. Lucy, if you're ever in Port St. Lucie, Florida, you have a free overnight parking on my driveway and free barbecue. Hey, cool. Very nice. Thank you. Well, next time I'm in Florida, and just let me know. So if I'm in that area, I can let you know, and then we can meet up. That'll be cool. So, but you may need room. You may need to have enough room for 2 vehicles, because if Lydia is with me, we're gonna need to park. So, as long as she can come along, I will go gladly. Thank you so much. Janice asks, does the size of the panel determine the strength, or is it the components inside of it? The size of the panel just determines how many watts the panel produces. So a smaller panel, let's say a 100-watt panel, is about half the size of a 200-watt panel, more or less. I mean, not necessarily. And then my panel, a 325-watt panel, is much bigger than a 100-watt panel. So my panel produces more energy. So the bigger the wattage on a panel, the more power it's producing. And it has nothing to do with the components. The components are made differently by different companies. Some companies make very good solar panels, very reliable. Other companies, they're very cheap and may not be as reliable. So you can take a chance buying something that's cheaper and may not be as reliable, or you may want to spend a little bit more money and get something that's more reliable and something that has better reviews. Lynn Driver says, hey, from Central Florida. How you doing, Lynn? Passed by there quite a few times. Watch later has a thumbs up. Edgy says, asks, aren't they making panels smaller now that produce more watts? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's possible that they're making smaller panels. I don't know. I mean, see, a solar panel from one company, let's say that's a solar panel that's 100 watts from one company, right? It could be this size. And the solar panel from another company, let's say, okay, let me rephrase that. A 100 watt solar panel from company A, whatever company that could be this size. And solar panel with a 100 watt also from another company could be this size. So two different companies producing a 100 watt panel, producing different size panels. So I don't think I have a mosquito or something here. I think different companies may make those little square things they call or waffles or whatever they call them, wafers. The little square things that compose the bigger solar panel. I think they make them different sizes. So different companies may make different size solar panels with the same wattage. I don't know if that's making any sense. It's like companies that make the same the same type of car. Let's say the same economy car, make different size economy cars, right? So just look around. Look, what I would do, I would do like I did. I looked for a good maker of solar panels, and I found that in Kyocera. Kyocera makes good, reliable solar panels. And then I just went from there, and then I just looked for the size that would fit my roof. And I tried 100 watt solar panels to see how many I could fit in there, and I just couldn't fit enough uh, to have more watts than I currently have. This was the best at the time. When this was the best configuration that I could make that would give me the most watts, and that was just one panel, 325 watts. So um, if you have a particular area that you want to cover with solar panels, measure it first and then look around at different companies and look at their solar panels and look at different sizes and measure. They usually have the measurements for the solar panel right on their website. So take those measurements and then see which solar panels would fit in which configuration on your roof, whatever you have. Paulie says, evening Lewis. How you doing, Paul? And that's all for the questions, so I don't have any more questions. It's getting late, and I'm going to cut this short. I'm going to try to stay here. What do you think, kid? Stay here?
Yeah.
He says stay here. So that will make a good video if we get woken up in the middle of the night. And that's it. Still driving, still trying to put a video together between me and Spielberger. And I'm almost back. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to make it tomorrow because I have Pennsylvania. I have at least 5-hour drive, and I still have to go down to Ohio and then cross part of Ohio. So I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And the kid wants to go play some mini golf. He's been asking me for a couple days. and and been trying to go swim somewhere. Maybe we can find a place to go swim, and that's it. Um, Traveling, living on the road, and we've been going fast and furious for the past couple days, and it's nearing the end now. And he's getting tired of sitting up here, but he's enjoying the ride, right?
Yep.
He's enjoying the ride, and he's seen a lot of states. He's seen states he had never seen before. But the thing is, a lot of these eastern states, regardless if they're in the northern part or the southern part, they pretty much look the same. So we're driving through Ohio, we see cornfields, Indiana cornfields, Illinois cornfields, Iowa cornfields, Minnesota cornfields, South Dakota cornfields, back through Minnesota cornfields, and then Wisconsin, a few less cornfields. Actually, we drove part of Wisconsin that was very woodsy, some hills and woodsy, and then we got into the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and very woodsy. Not a lot of corn. We saw some cornfields, but not a lot of corn. A lot of woods up there, and the interesting thing about Wisconsin, they call it the Dairyland State or something like that. I barely saw any cows in Wisconsin. So I don't know what's going on with Wisconsin. I don't know where all the cows went. Maybe all the cows went to Florida on vacation, because I saw tons of cows in Florida. I see cows in other states. In Wisconsin, the Dairyland State, I saw barely what, maybe enough cows to fit on my fingers. Uh, I don't know. I didn't see a lot of cows, but maybe it's just because I drove in a certain part of the state. I don't know, but yeah. So, but they all kind of look the same. They look, if the kid lives in Pennsylvania, so they all look like Pennsylvania. Anywhere you go in Pennsylvania, you have hills, you have trees, you have cornfields, you have all those things in Pennsylvania. So yeah, it's they each has their own thing, but in the end, they all kind of look the same. You have to go out west. You have to hit the western part of South Dakota to start seeing the Badlands, and then that's where it hits you. That's where you see that something is different. Actually, when you cross the Missouri River in South Dakota, you start seeing more prairie land. At least the one I drove there, it was in the winter, and the grass was kind of dead. But you see a lot of those open fields with prairie land, and then you see the Badlands, and I think that's the beginning of seeing something different that you don't see in the eastern part of the country. And then when I say eastern, even up to the Midwest, even up to South Dakota. I haven't been to Nebraska. I almost went. I don't know if Nebraska is similar with cornfields and all that. But then when you hit Montana, when you go through Montana, you notice that it's different from also all the other states. You are like a 5 to 7,000 feet elevation. It's flat. There's some rolling hills, and then out in the distance, you see these big mountains sticking out from the ground, and they start coming closer to you as you drive, and then further apart, and then coming back closer to you. You know they're in totally different country, and then Idaho was so different, and um, what's that state? Between California and Washington or Oregon. Oregon, it's mountainous, but it's also trees and stuff. So that could be almost confused by some eastern state. So Oregon, yeah, but then when you get closer to to the redwoods, then you know that You know, even though there's trees, just like on the East Coast and all that, you have the ocean, you have the mountains, and you have the, the, the redwoods, and you know it's different. And then you drive through the California wine country, and it looks beautiful. And then you hit the what is that? Dawson's Pass. Am I saying it right? You take 80 to Nevada, and you hit Dawson's Pass at 7,000 feet, and then you go over that into Nevada, and you know that you're in a different state, because all of a sudden it's desert. It's like this high desert. You have these bushes, and you can see that it's desert. And Nevada and Arizona, it's vastly different. So if you want to see something different, I said all this, just to say that if you live in the eastern part of the U.S., including parts of the Midwest, from north to south, if you want to see something that's different, totally different, vastly different, you have to go to the western part of the United States, and that's where you're going to see differences, vast differences that you don't see on the East Coast. And I think that's what I enjoyed about going to the West Coast. Was it was so much different than everything I've seen over here. Even though every state is beautiful, every state has its own beauty, its own thing, they all look the same. But not so out west. It's different. I guess if you live out west in those desert states, I guess you could say the same thing. All these states in the west look the same. If you want to see something different, you gotta go out. You gotta go out east. So I guess it depends of where you live. But yeah, and I have no idea why I started all this, but I did. And let's see what kind of questions we have. Uh, the cows were at work. Probably the cows were working in Wisconsin. I still think they were vacationing in Florida. That's my theory on that. That's why I didn't stop to buy any cheese, because I'm like, why am I buying cheese in Wisconsin? I haven't seen any cows. I'm not buying cheese with milk imported from Florida. I might as well buy it in Florida. So, G Darts, I see you are driving that European car again. Yes, this is my European van. I drive it once in a while. I love this thing. Actually, it's my van. All I got to do is I pop the steering wheel from this side, I put it on the other side, and that's how I drive. I was driving near Canakland or Kanakia, and over there I think they drive on the wrong side of the road, so I kind of like switched my steering wheel so I wouldn't offend those Canucks. So that's what I did. Benoit Leclerc. Benoit. I'm trying to. Is it Benoit Leclerc or Benoit Leclerc? I can't say it. I'm sorry. Is your new battery setup is lithium or AGM? My battery setup is AGM from Lifeline. If you go on the website on the web, just type in Lifeline batteries, all one word, Lifeline, and you'll see the batteries that I have. Or just go to my video and you'll see the name right there. Minivan Mike says hi, Lewis. How you doing, Mike? Chutz 5 Chutz. I don't know what that means, but it's hard to say. Hello, Lewis. Safe travels, my brother. P.S. It's pronounced the same as shoots, as in he shoots the ball. Oh, look, he looks like he was reading my mind. Schutz. See Schutz 5. shoots. C shoots 5. I still don't know what that means. Edgy says, my sister and Bill won a trip to Marlboro Ranch. They say it was amazing out there in Montana. Oh, cool. That's really nice. Benoit says, just call me Ben. That's much better. Much better, Ben. Janice Lala. Okay, I gotta go to the store. All right, Janice. Have a good evening. And I'm gonna say everybody. I'm gonna say the same thing to everybody, because me and the kid over here. Hey, kid.
Hey.
Me and the kid, we are tired. It's, what time is it? You know what time it is?
8:36.
It's 8:36, and we're gonna go to bed soon. And been driving a lot, and it's gonna rain. It's drizzling. So I hope everybody's doing well, and I'll see you one of these days, maybe Friday night, Saturday night, and yeah, I am looking forward to stop driving for a while, because it's very tiring the way I'm doing it. You know, it's not the way you should be doing it when you want to see the country, but it's the way I had to do it. So everybody have a good night, a good evening, a good afternoon, a good morning. All depends where you are. And I'll see you next time on the same channel, probably different time frame. But I'll see you then. And this is the awkward part where I press end. End.